welcome back to the RGL Forza Motorsport Championships. This is part 2 of the round 4 enduro from Laguna Seca in California. We're about to rejoin the action on lap 10 out of lap 18. Rejoin with Rob just coming through the last section of the track, second last corner there before the final turn onto the main straight. As you can see up top there, that is Relentless, his teammate, just exiting out of the pits. So hit the little bog spot there to slow down, and in the background I do believe that's PistolFit. So this is a fight for position. This is going to be very, very close. Relentless has got the traction down, but he'll be on cold tyres, so that'll be an interesting race to watch out for. Back on with Rob, coming through the first turn here, nice and smooth. It's the way it's supposed to be. Down on his own a little bit, Rob, apart from the first couple of laps, but you notice a lot of the drivers have just been circulating by themselves. Oh, as I say, that big moment as he steps the tail out onto the dirt, manages to hold on to it though, so no major damage done. As I was saying, most of the drivers have been circulating by themselves as the pits sort themselves out, but as we're moving into the final stages of the race, you begin to see the drivers come back together again. As I say, that we move back up to the action with Relentless and PistolFit. It's coming through the corkscrew now, and Relentless will definitely be feeling the pressure. He's been sitting in 4th spot for pretty much most of the day behind Eskimo, but now as we're moving to the final part, he's going to have Pistol right behind him, which he will not be happy about in the slightest.
Yeah, so PistolFit really ranging up here, and as you might remember from a few laps back in part 1, PistolFit did hit a bog spot and got him back. There you go, Alsimo with another fast lap, 1:28.698, so that is qualifying pace. It'll be interesting to see where he files out very soon once these guys take their pit stops. But yeah, PistolFit did lose a lot of time, so he's brought that right back and is on the back of Relentless there. The 1994 Studios leaderboard, as you can see, Bogsy and Eskimo is still yet to pit. Alsimo up into 3rd now after pitting 1, so he's already ahead of PistolFit and Relentless, and we'll just see there, so there must have been a pass in the last few seconds. PistolFit moving into 4th, so Relentless even more unhappy, I would say, given his performance over all the other vehicles in the car rounds. And you can see there Zulu is still back in 9th. Once the other guys take some pit stops, he might move ahead of Dead-X. But I think he's in a battle with Rob. So he'll be wanting to try and circulate pretty quickly and hopefully come out either right in behind Rob or hopefully in front. So Ollie just finishing his pit stop, and Blogsy is in the pit lane. So that's his first pit stop out of the road. And down the track, so it'll be interesting to see where Alsimo's at here, and I think that is Alsimo on the main straight.
Yeah, this will be interesting here. The slowdowns have come out, and yep, there goes Alsimo flying past. So Blogsy will not be happy about that. He's so unhappy actually. He's gone out over the lines, but he's been out front for the entire race so far. Hasn't seen anyone else in front of him. Pit once, and Alsimo shot past him. So it's going to be very demoralising. But Blogsy's aim now will be to get his head down, focus while he's on the cold tyres, and just keep pushing on the race and make sure he doesn't lose any more spots. I do believe that Eskimo will probably be the next one to pit in. He usually likes to wait out a lap longer than his nearest rivals to go into the pits. It's going back to replay now. Do believe this is PistolFit, and that's the pass Brendan mentioned earlier. So it looks like Rob's run wide on turn 1, and it's completely opened the door.
Yeah, so sorry, just a correction, that was Relentless that he made the pass on.
Alright mate, box pit this lap, box pit this lap. Alright mate, nice and easy, set fuel to 1, stop on the marks. Alright, we're changing all 4 tyres on this stop mate, changing all 4 tyres. We're just waiting on the fuel now, when the car drops you're right to go. Just waiting. Alright, go.
Yeah, that was a very smooth pit stop by the SYB crew. And we'll see whether that's enough to get him out in front of his partner in crime, Blogsy, but Blogsy's in the pit, so he's definitely going to get in front of his partner there. And so Alsimo is finishing his second pit stop, so he's all done. PistolFit's just ahead on the track there, and Blogsy in behind him. So we're just on board with Zulu now. Mentioned lap 13, so this is gauging I think where Rob 360 might be. We're just trying to find out. I'm not sure you can see his screen. Rob just disappeared in the distance there. So those two guys have both completed their pit stops, and Zulu is well behind. So he's obviously made a number of mistakes while trying to track down Rob, but I don't see him bridging the gap there. So Rob should be pretty comfortable cycling through the remaining laps where he's at, and I think Eli Choco is actually a fair bit ahead on the road. So these three might have their spots sorted unless there's some sort of catastrophic incident.
Yeah, well, mind you though, all it takes is one mistake. As you can see here, Dedek's going very, very loose around turn 1. Yeah, but in the final 5 laps, all it takes is one lapse of concentration and you run wide somewhere and you're in big trouble, is perfectly shown by Dedek's there actually. Big sliding there, so I don't know whether he's pitted and on cold tyres or just starting to lose concentration perhaps, but he seems to have his hands full with the Castrol Falcon there.
Yeah, I do believe he has pitted, and those yet to pit, I think we've got Eskimo still yet to pit one more time, and maybe PistolFit. I'm pretty sure PistolFit. So we've still got 2 of the front runners yet to pit to sort out positions, and let's try and get a look on this. I think that is PistolFit on the back of Eskimo now. So these 2 guys yet to pit, and yep, that is indeed Eskimo Sammy Joe. So he's lost a little bit of ground. So he's coming on very strong here. Pistol's obviously putting some very consistent laps. He's obviously got his rhythm going well to have made up this ground.
This is the last thing that Eskimo would have wanted, is a bit of lap traffic. But it looks like Dedek's has gotten out of the way rather nicely, which is what you want to see. But last few laps, but not so well for PistolFit, I don't think. It looks like Dedek's may have gotten in the way. Eskimo's gone to the pits, and Pistol's actually gone in behind him, which is a very strange move. Would have thought that the Championship Motorsport driver would have gone for the undercut, sat out for the extra lap, laid down one more quick time and tried to jump him while in the pits, but both of them going in together means they're both going to come out together, so both drivers will now be on cold tyres, and PistolFit's lost potential advantage that he may have had. So mind you, there's still a good 4 laps left, so anything could happen, but there goes Blogsy, I do believe, at the bottom of the screen, so he's cycled past them rather quickly. But final time out of the pits for PistolFit, final time through this tricky little... Oh, look out! As I was saying that, very tricky, looks like he's got a much better run through there than Eskimo and nearly cleaned them up in the process, but both of them joined at the hip as they come out there as we go through the 9394 Studios leaderboard. Alsimo, as expected, 9 places straight through the field and gone to the top, so not a huge surprise there. But Blogsy 360, Eskimo Sammy Joe 2nd and 3rd, with PistolFit, as you can see, right behind Eskimo in 4th, Relentless 5th, on the back of the screen there. Newcomer Eli Choco Man up in 6th, which means he moved up 1 place from the starting position. Rob and Zulu, probably not so much battling for position, but together. With Dedek's 89 in last, and Golden Angel, as you can see there, no pit stops, which would lead you to think he's probably out of this one.
And now PistolFit and Relentless all starting to bunch up here. This is starting to get very exciting. We've got 3 laps to go, and you couldn't ask for any more after 15 laps, and these guys are still joined at the hip, as Sam had mentioned. And yeah, it's PistolFit's turn to make a few mistakes. Eskimo's getting a little bit of a gap, and Relentless right up on the back of him now. Wonder whether he can get a pass in here. He'll be very determined. As I said, he's had a very strong performance every round, every race up until now. This has probably been his most disappointing race to date. He's normally challenging Alsimo every step of the way, and this time around, bit off. PistolFit, can he defend it? And Relentless has decided not to try and push the...
good call.
Yeah, very good call. So, yeah, now he's got a different Champion Motorsport driver in front of him, so he'll be pushing very hard. He'll want to get a past him here, and he's gone off as well. Can he get past him? He's got the run on him.
He's got the inside line here too.
Got the inside line. Under brakes.
I think he's got him, but he's pushed wide.
Yeah, there he is. He's
There
through.
he goes. PistolFit, excellent driving there. Saw that Relentless had gone in too hot and just quickly done the crisscross back on the inside, picked up traction and gone for it. So excellent driving between these two, and this is all to the advantage of Eskimo. He's skipped away there. He's finally got his rhythm back, it seems, and he's just powering through these last couple of laps. But Relentless probably won't get another good chance for a pass up until perhaps turn 1 if he's brave. But he's got to stay focused now, get back onto PistolFit and stay there and just wait for perhaps that little mistake or whatever it takes to get past there. As I say that, PistolFit's gone a little bit off and they're gone in side by side. Relentless around the outside. Who's got the oh, he's just not quite got the traction there, but turn 1 might be the next place he does it.
Yeah, he went in pretty deep just there. If he had a brake just that bit earlier, he could have gone for a very good crisscross on that final turn, but obviously went a little bit too far on the brakes. And he's just, the pressure he's applying to PistolFit at the moment is really getting to him because he's making mistake after mistake. Relentless is right on the back of him here, and yeah, this is for 4th position. Just to let you know, Bloggsy's skipped ahead probably about 4 or 5 seconds on Eskimo, and Alsimo's almost 10 seconds ahead of Bloggsy again. So really glad we've got these two guys fighting it out because the rest of the field's started to really spread out. But as I said, with just about every RGL race, we've always had some close battle somewhere on the lines, and this time these guys are providing it for us.
This little battle here is also very good showing of how talented these drivers are. There's been a few spots where Relentless could have quite easily gone for a dive just out of abandon to try and get up there, but he's picked his spots nicely. He's not done anything stupid. He's waited for his marks, and it is definitely a showing of Relentless as a driver. But back up front, Alsimo just starting the final lap, and as you can see, wide open spaces around him. He has not been troubled throughout this entire event, so he's just got one more completion of the circuit to go before he takes victory in the enduro round. And
when we look at the points, we can't show you right now, but rest assured, Relentless, the next closest rival to Alsimo in the championship, he's going to take a pretty big hit here because the points are doubled for this round. Instead of 150 points, it's 300. At the moment with Relentless, if he finishes where he's at, he'll rack up 222 points. That's a 78 point gap to Alsimo, which will put him a fair way off, and we've only got 4 races, 2 rounds and 4 races to go. Relentless still on the back of PistolFit here. He's got this lap to go. This is his final chance. They both went wide there, really pushing hard. They're making a few mistakes now.
This would have been the corner here.
Just didn't quite get the drive there, so he's got a few more chances here. PistolFit just has to hang on. I mean, he's done it for the last couple of laps with immense pressure. I reckon he can handle this. I reckon he'll hang on for this position, but who knows? Let's wait and see.
Has a little bit of breathing space going through the corkscrew, as long as he gets this right. Yes, easily. Nothing stupid needed. Probably braked a little earlier than he had to just to make sure, but when you got a little bit of space behind, you can do that. But up front, Alsimo celebrating as you'd expect. Brilliant drive. Wasn't troubled. Got all his passing done in the pits pretty much. Flawless drive from lights to line. Not much more you can say. Behind him, Blogsy 360 will probably be a bit disappointed there that he didn't take the win, but still a solid showing for the Start Your Bastard driver.
And we've got Eskimo Sammy Joe finishing off the podium, and there you go. So PistolFit managed to hang on against Relentless for 4th and 5th. Eli having his own little celebration. He'll be pretty happy with his efforts. He's got through unscathed. And as you would have seen with Blogsy, Ollie almost lapped by 2nd place. And I believe DeadX as well behind Ollie on the boards. And there you go, there's DeadX there. So DeadX managed to get lapped by about 6 drivers in the field. So let's have a look at the results. As you saw, Alsimo out in front. 12-second gap at the end, probably a little bit more had he not done his little celebrations. Eskimo 6 seconds behind Blogsy, and just a couple of seconds between PistolFit and a second to Relentless. So some pretty close racing for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Eli out by himself along with Rob 360. Pretty big gap back there to 7th. So, and as we saw, Golden Angel with the DNF. So the championship standings after race 7, and there you go. Look at that, Relentless down 190 points. So this has been a huge thing for him. He would have really hoped to stay close to Alsimo. So you never know what could happen at the end. And yeah, that's our round. We enjoy the enduro. I hope you did too. So if you want to know more, just visit www.regionalgamersleague.com. We've also got Facebook and Twitter. Follow us, and we look forward to seeing you for race 8 in round 5. We've got 2 rounds to go, so see you then.